Hey y'all. So y'all know I have to mess with my hair whenever I come on live because it always looks a little different. Okay. So today, hey everybody, today is March 23rd, 2025. It is currently 11:32 a.m. and we are going to talk about the principle of rhythm, right? The principle of rhythm. So I want to give you guys like a quick story time about the principle of wisdom or rhythm. Um, so like I was scheduled to do principle of rhythm on Friday, and I didn't because there was another rhythm, there was another cycle I was in, and when I get to this cycle, I have to stop what I'm doing in order to get my next message. I was just looking at my eyebrows. Okay. Okay. The principle of wisdom. Let me get it together. So, um, the first thing is I want you guys to. I wish I had my sage because I can feel some off energy, and this off energy bounces right back off of me, and it bounces back to whoever sent it. But the principle of rhythm. I'm going to read from the book, The Kabbalion Hermetic Philosophy. Okay. The principle of rhythm. Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum the pendulum swings, manifest in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. And so this intertwines with the rhythm of polarity, which that intertwines with the rhythm of correspondence, and that intertwines with the rhythm of vibration. So as we move forward, this is the fifth rhythm or the fifth principle, the principle of rhythm, right? So I want you guys to imagine with me sitting on a beach up against the water, relaxing, and you're watching the ebb and the flow of the tide. You watch the water come in, and then you watch it recede and go back. And that is the principle of wisdom. There are going to be times when the energy comes towards you in a good flow, and you're receiving and you're being rained upon good things in life. And then there comes a season where the energy recedes and things aren't as great as they were when the tide was coming in. Okay. So I'm going to read this one more time because I want us to understand it. I want us to get it into our system because we're reprogramming ourselves to understanding universal laws. If our program is to understand universal laws, then we won't get caught breaking into the cookie jar, right? Everything flows out and in. Everything has its tides. All things rise and fall. The pendulum swings, manifests in everything. The measure of the swing to the right is the measure of the swing to the left. Rhythm compensates. So you want to get in that good old rhythm. What I'm thinking of right now is double dutch. You have two different ropes going at the same time. And so you want to determine which of these do I want to run in on? Am I going to run in on this one or am I going to run in on the next one? You want to stay in rhythm with the cycle of your life, right? And so this principle embodies the truth that in everything there is manifested a measured motion, to and fro, a flow in and in flow, a swing backwards and a swing forward, the pendulum like movement, a tide like ebb and flow. So, as we go about our days and do the things that we want to do the things that we desire to do, we also have to understand that there is a natural universal law at play, which is the pendulum swings to the left and to the right in equal degree. Okay. So if we understand that, and I always kind of use my cards because it helps me get the channel app. But as we understand the law of rhythm, then we're going to understand that everything that we do, everything that we say, everything that we think is a part of the ebb and flow because we're feeding that energy. Whatever we focus on grows. And so I pulled the cards earlier today so that we can um, understand the rhythm, the principle of rhythm from the tarot deck and how we can apply it and understand it in our life. So the first card that comes out is the death card, meaning that's not necessarily the death of the person, but it's a death of an experience that you have been experienced over a protracted amount of time. Now, if you were one that has experienced a lot of good fortune, a lot of wealth, a lot of attention, a lot of acclaim, a lot of success, if the energy that you have put out into the world is continued energy of what you've been experiencing, success, fortune, wealth, acclaim, then that energy is going to pull back. You're not going to be in that cycle as much. Now, if the energy that you put out was still good energy, you'll still have that. It just won't come in the abundance that you're accustomed to. That's why in the Bible, it speaks about the king turning over the running of the estate, the financial blessings over to Joseph. And what Joseph did is he put some away for a time when it's not as plentiful. And so that's the first thing I'm getting from the tarot deck, that it's the end of an abundant era. Now, it's the death of something. If you've been in the energy of lack, betrayal, war, chaos, then that's the death to that energy. And you're moving into a new cycle, which is the opposite: abundance, prosperity, freedom, sovereignty, community, philanthropy. This is the energy that you're moving in. And so these are the laws of rhythm. And that's why we can't necessarily, partner with everybody, because we may not be on the same cycle. And that's okay. But this is part of how you determine who you should partner with and who you should not partner with. Now, the second card is the devil energy. The devil energy is something or someone that is locked in their first and second chakra, in their lower chakra, in material gain, in what they eat, sexual pleasures, sexual desires, addictions, just completely physical manifestations are showing up in this person's life. That means that they're not moving forward and they're not learning the lessons that take you up into the solar plexus chakra and the heart chakra. They're mainly in the root chakra, which is survival, and their sacral chakra, which is sex and creation. After that, so living in the root chakra, living in your lower frequency, this card indicates that someone is being forced into seeing who they truly are, and not the storyline that was created. All of their shadowy antics and all behavior is coming to light. So when the tide goes back, that means that the illusions are being pulled back, the veils are being pulled back. You can't hide anything anymore, because as we have been in a dark age, now we are moving into the light, and the person, the true nature of the person is coming to the forefront. Now, following that is the Fool. The Fool is new beginnings. Now, this is the same thing as the Death card. It's the beginning of a new cycle. We're all in the beginning of a new cycle. And that's kind of why I feel like I had 2 days to hold off on this particular message. Now, the Fool indicates a new beginning, new chapter in life. It's the opposite of what you've been living. Now, for people that are good people and they have been living in a very abundant phase of life, that is okay, because now you're going into a not as fruitful area of life or time of life. And this is when you go into your storehouse and bring all those extra blessings out for yourself and your community so that you won't feel any lack. Now, for those who have been in lack, they're moving into a time of abundance and favor and luck and new destiny. Now we move into the Three of Pentacles, recognition of skills and abilities, achievements, craftsmen, and artists, rhythm. So someone is moving also into the energy of their true nature being revealed to the masses, that the illusion that was placed over them is not the prominent energy for this particular person. People are now able to see who they are without the veil of illusion that was cast upon them by lower vibratory frequencies, by those who wish to take away someone's destiny by creating a storyline that makes them look less than they truly are. But now we're able to see who the true villains are and who the true heroes are. Now, the heroes didn't have the advantage that the villains had. The heroes had to go on the hero's journey to find and learn who they were based on how they have been treated by their family, by their friends, and by the community. What we have to understand is we have all been under a social programming, which is nurture or nature the predominant energy of this existence that we're living in. Some of us have been put into families that were nothing but demons surrounded by them. And the question was, will this person come out and learn the nature of the demons, or will their blood and the DNA codes that they carry be the predominant energy that they grow into, that they morph into, that they ascend into a higher energy? Or will the energy of the people around them be the predominant energy? And so what we're learning is that the bloodline, and I talk about this all the time, the bloodline, the DNA, the cells, the energy that is in their blood is what will make a person self-actualize into their highest timeline. Unless someone chooses to ignore their intuition. Their intuition is their God self, their God mind. When we choose to follow our God self and our God mind, and we leave behind old things, then new things can take root, and the old things will be starved and die. That is the goal. Are y'all with me? Are y'all tracking with me? Because this one is the law of rhythm. What goes up must come down. just like Humpty Dumpty. When people think that they're on top of the world and then they have the ability to stop someone else's destiny, this is not someone going up against that person. This is someone who chooses to go against God's destiny. And they believe that they're greater than God. Judas, Beelzebub, Satan. They believe that they're greater than God, and they believe that if they have a crowd of people to go against this one person, now we're moving into COINTELPRO. Now we're moving into the illusion of the societal experiment. The societal experiment was take people that live in their root chakra and their sacral chakra and give them a power, and they will begin to believe that they are powerful because they were willing to do things that righteous human beings are not willing to do. They're willing to sacrifice their life, their soul, along with other people's life and soul in order to gain monetary pleasures, houses, cars, of societal rankings. But again, they have no character, they have no integrity, they have no honor, they have no loyalty, they have no sense of community. So they're bankrupt of things that cannot be stolen. So when we focus on building character, integrity, honor, dignity, when we focus on building these things within our temple, then everything else is added to us. But the opposite of that, the Satanists, the devil worshippers, the evil ones, the low vibrational, low frequency individuals, they only focus on material gain because they're stuck in the 3D. They can't access the higher, more honorable characteristics of a god or a goddess. So what do? They steal it or attempt to steal it from an original, but then they try to throw dirt on the original's name so that they can steal their honorable characteristics without them having to work for it. These are very diabolical uh, tactics that were taught through COINTELPRO to try to steal the destiny of the chosen ones. But we were 10 or 20 steps ahead of them. So we come in and act like we don't know what's going on. And all the while, the low frequency beings believe that they are smarter. How can you be smarter when you're willing to do the lowest frequency actions in order to gain the lowest frequency rewards? How can you be greater when you can't even connect to the source of creation? The only way you can connect is by stealing it, by thievery, by lies, by gang stalking, by selling your soul, by attempting to sell someone else's soul. The truth of the matter is, you know intrinsically that you have no value. So that's why you're willing to sell a part of you to gain something that will not last beyond the 3D. The truth is what sets people free. So if you have been treated as if you have no value, the truth of the matter is you're the one with the value. They were just trying to erase who you are so that they could take on those characteristics. When we know how they have gone about stealing legacies and stealing destinies and destiny swapping. When we know how that takes place, then they're not able to do it anymore because we bring light to their darkness. And then they have to look at themselves and the choices and the decisions that they've made. This is the principle of rhythm, is that the truth is always going to come out in the actions of the people. The lies can only last for so long, but the truth is withstanding. So now we go to the Queen of Swords. The true nature of the Queen is revealed. Although people try to throw dirt on her name, they try to have people not talk to her or him. A queen could not care less about that stuff. I would rather y'all not talk to me. I would rather you not be in my circle because your frequency is too low. So the truth of the matter of who is who comes out. The Queen of Swords is fair. She's not looking to create lies around somebody's name because she knows that if she does that, that is the energy that's going to come back to her. And because she walks in character, because she walks in integrity, she doesn't need to stoop to such vile actions towards others. But those who are cut off from the source, they only do what they're told to do. And they're told to do what they need to do by those whom they sold their souls to. Okay. The Queen of Swords is also not afraid to fight at all. That's just part of it. That's just part of it. Oh, the Tower is here. The Tower means that there's a huge change. There's a huge change. There's a conflict. There's an overthrow. There's a disruption. There's disapproval. And there's unexpected changes. Because now the folks who have experienced an abundance of all things good, now the veil has been taken down and we can see who they truly are. Children of Satan. But it speaks about that in the Bible as well. Judas. The Tower is here. But the Tower is also here for the righteous because the Tower is an abrupt change, an unexpected change. Now the tables have turned. We knew it was going to happen. It's just a matter of using temperance to get here. The Ten of Swords come out. It's the end, misfortune, loss, defeat, a new understanding, a fresh perspective, the end of a difficult matter. Now the folks who thought that the best way to get ahead was to lie, cheat, and steal, now their eyes are being opened to the truth of the matter, that it may have been worth it for the years that they experienced abundance, but now the abundance is gone, and now they're in the energy in which they created. Misfortune, loss, defeat, a new understanding that they wish they could have taken a different route, but they didn't. The Nine of Pentacles is here. Pleasure, self-esteem, a sense of achievement, satisfaction, windfall. Your journey to success has paid off. For those who chose the righteous route, it may have been several decades that you had to choose righteously. It may have been many decades. It may have been all of your life, but it has paid off because now you have broken the curse off of your bloodline, and now you get to live in abundance, blessings, favor for eternity, infinity, because the curse has been broken. It doesn't stop. It doesn't end. The Wheel of Fortune is here. There's a new direction, there's success, there's luck, there's a new phase of life. It goes back to the principle of polarity. If you experience a sucky life, you can create a plan to get to the other side because that is a universal law. So this was very enjoyable. Like, share, and subscribe because there's more to come. Also, on March 29th, we're going to do the 30-day mindset challenge. We're going to change our mindset. We're going to inundate our mind with new, accurate information so that our computer, which is our mind, everything is mind, so that it can operate in the way that we want it to automatically on its own. But first, we've got to do the things to crumble the old system, the old way of being. There is not anyone that I cannot help get to the next level. So go ahead and connect with me. Sign up for Patreon at the 1111 Tier 1 level, and you will be entered into this extraordinary, amazing 30-day mindset challenge. Also, when you join the Tier 1 level for the 30-day challenge, you will also receive my second ebook, The Mindset of a Winner, at no additional charge. That is what we are going to have the 90-day challenge over. And I can guarantee you, you will succeed if you stick with the process. Also, I have my first ebook, Understanding the Ascension Process and Working Your Way Through Your Spiritual Awakening. And we have so many other products coming to help assist this new age of Aquarius that we're in. I'm excited, y'all. I'm so excited. And let me know if you have any questions. And until the next time, namaste.